another episode of Genius Chef TV. Today we're going to be making a checkerboard cake, and we're going to be doing it blue and white because I will be taking this to my dad's work because they need a cake and they asked me. So I'm going to be making a cake for them, and I'm sorry if I haven't uploaded a lot because my mum had things to do and she's my camera woman, so sorry about that. But yeah, let's get right into this. So the things you're going to need is 250 grams of softened butter. You're going to need 4 eggs. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of milk and some vanilla or vanilla bean paste. I used a tablespoon of pure vanilla extract and a little bit of vanilla bean paste. I got half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, got some blue gel food coloring, but you can use any. I have 250 grams of self-raising flour and 250 grams of caster sugar. I have 2 tins which I've lined with baking paper. I have a sieve, a few other tools, and then I have my old mixer. So yeah, let's get into the recipe. Okay, so this couldn't be any simpler. What we're gonna do is, I forgot to mention that I have 2 pinches of salt in my flour, so it couldn't be any simple. What we're gonna do is add in our flour in the bowl, and I've got a sieve over my electric mixer. You can use it with a hand mixer, but I have an electric sieve. Yeah, I have an electric sieve, guys. No, but I have an electric mixer, and I'm just sieving. Gonna sieve my bicarbonate soda, my sugar, my flour in here because they're the only things that need to be sieved. And my butter is now softened. Just 20 seconds with your butter. Okay, so there might be a little bit of thing that you just need to push through. All that sugar went right into my eye. Oh, okay. That's in. So now we're going to put that on. Going to add in my butter, which is now softened. Just 20 seconds in the microwave does the job. And it's okay if it's like half melted. It doesn't really matter. We're going to put everything in the bowl, so easy, except the milk and the vanilla. So that goes in. I'm going to crack in my 4 eggs. For a 1-hand crack. Do it the normal way. Different ways. So yeah, that's all in the bowl now. Now what we're going to do is blend it up on low speed. You do not want flour, eggs, butter flying at your face. So we're going to let that start. Alright, so you don't have to wait, don't have to watch this. I just split the batter in half, and I'm going to leave half white. You don't have to do this. Just if you're going to make a checkerboard cake like me, split your batter in half and do a different color because you can't just do one color, but you don't have to make a checkerboard. And I'm using blue because my dad works for Ford, and I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, but my dad works for Ford and they're kind of blue, their logo thing. So that's why I'm going to, see how you can see now, I'm mixing that blue in. And I'm using some gel paste. That you can use liquid food coloring, but it doesn't give as much vibrant color, and you have to add a lot of, a lot to get your color, but this one you just need a few drops. I'm adding a little bit more because the Ford logo is dark blue, but my color is light blue, but if you just add a little more, it will become dark blue. I think that's done. Now I'm going to get my 2 cake tins that I have greased and lined. I'm just going to add in my blue first. I have a little spatula. This is just what I want to do because I'm really professional. But I just got a spatula and I'm just going to flatten and smooth it down. You can just do that with your other spatula that you used to use. So cakes are all flattened out, and that is going to my oven, which is 180 degrees, until I stick a toothpick in the center and it comes out completely clean. If it doesn't, leave it in for more. Cakes are oven and they are now baking away, and you need something with a cake. What is that? Oh yeah, buttercream. So we're going to make some buttercream because buttercream is just really, really what goes with cake, whatever. I don't know. Okay, so the things you're going to need is, this is my basic buttercream recipe. 400 grams of sifted—it's very important, sifted icing sugar. We have 200 grams of softened butter. And we have, I don't know how much milk we have, I just eyed it, but I'm just going to add a little bit until I can see the consistency, and I will show you. And we have some vanilla. So let's get started. Okay, now, first thing is I got a spatula. This is like my favorite tool in the kitchen. If I had to choose something, it would be the spatula in the kitchen. And I have my butter. I mixed some margarine and butter together because we didn't have enough butter, but that's fine. I'm putting all that 200 grams of butter in the mixer. And you guys all know, you should all know my recipe because I have a video on my channel. If you haven't watched that, go and, but then you can keep watching this. Some vanilla, I'm eyeing that, it's about half teaspoon. And then I'm going to put some of my paste. Some beautiful paste. And then I'm going to go mixing it up for about 5 minutes until it's light and creamy. Really high speed. Light and creamy. That's about right. It's light. You want it to be kind of white. Because butter's yellow and then you want it to turn white. You do not want to add it all at once or you know what will happen. Fly in your face. On low speed, you just want to mix that. As you can see. And I'm just going to add a little bit of my milk right now. Just about a 1/4 teaspoon of my milk right now to bind it. See, that's kind of coming together, and then you give it a good mix. Look at that. That looks like buttercream, but all the sugar is not added yet. So turn it off, pump that up, rest with my milk. Buttercream does take patience, by the way. Look at that. It's not done its mixing, it still wants more, but look at that. That is your homemade, beautiful buttercream icing. Alright, so I've got my beautiful buttercream, which tastes really good. And I got my 2 cakes, which are now cool. I put one on a little cake stand because I'm just going to cut these, and then one on just a cake board. I've got a few utensils, a knife, palette knife, and I've got these 2 cutters. Now they're going to be my cutters. There's one, like, because checkerboard you need to cut out some spaces. And I'll show you what it all means because you're probably like, what? Okay, so now if you come closer so I can show you. Alright, so I'm in the middle of my cake right now, as you can see, and I'm going to cut a hole. I just got my cookie cutter and went into the cake. Sorry, I didn't do this on camera. Went into the cake and out, and I got this little circle. Look at that vibrant green. Now, I know it looks weird now. You're probably like, what are you doing? But trust me. And then now we're going to get a bigger circle. And we're going to carve this one because this is a bowl. So you want to get one medium and one small because this is it's going to look really cool. Trust me, if you're not like following and you don't know what I'm talking about right now, trust me. Okay. Alright, so we came back to the start. Lift out that little top. I've cracked it. That's fine. Because we're going to glue it together anyway. So anyway, it would have cracked. So it's okay. We just got a head start there. So there we go. As you can see, we have our 3 layers. And now I'm going to get my white cake and do the exact same thing. Okay. So now we have our 3, our 1, 2, 3, 6 now, little holes. And we're going to start assembling. And this looks like it's not going to make a checkerboard cake, but it actually does. So, first what we're going to do is probably smear a little bit of our buttercream, onto the bottom of the cake board. like so. And then what we're going to do is put our first layer on the outside of the outside cake. So this I'm going to do white. And then what I'm going to do is to get the middle, can you see what's happening now? Getting the middle of the blue that we cut out. And that's okay if it breaks because you want to get a, I'm going to get a knife. See how it broke a little bit? Knife. Get some buttercream. Like that. And just do some repairing as you can see now. And I'm just repairing those little bits that, and it doesn't really matter anyway. So you want to mix it all together. And then now I've got white, blue, and now I'm going to go white again. Right, so we've done this layer and I just did a little cleanup, not too much. And I'm just going to get a little blob of my buttercream. Spatula. Or you could just use a knife, really. And I'm just going to do a thin coat. And you guys have seen me do this so many times. Please don't put too much. Like, actually, your cake, your rules, but I never put too much frosting in the middle because it's just me, or is that frosting really overpowering? Okay, enough talk. Now I'm going to get my second blue layer, as you can see. The one, now because I'm going to be alternating that. There was a white base last time, you remember? But then now I'm going to put a blue base and I'm just sticking those cracks in. And then I'm going to add in my white. White goes in and a little buttercream. My blue. And that is your checkerboard cake. Now what I'm going to do is get a good smudge of buttercream on the top. Cake, and it's not that pretty, but we're going to use some of the remaining we're going to use some of the remaining frosting, and I just dyed it blue, and I put it in a 21 star tip in a piping bag, and you can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to write NSC, that's my dad's work, and I'm taking it for them, so kind of makes sense. And then I might do some flowers on the bottom and make it look a little prettier. So now what I'm going to do is try find the front of the cake. Where would I want the front? I'm going to do here. And I'm going to write NSC in this, with this. So it might... That looks really good. Alright, so now I'm going to actually do the top with this blue buttercream. By the way, I'm filming this on the 4th of July and just saying the Americans that are watching, happy 4th of July. Guys, I'm all about taking your risks, not really, but I'm going to try write forward. That's what my dad works for. I'm going to try write that. And if it stuffs up, I'm sorry. Don't know what to do, but I'm going to try, alright? I did it! Oh, yeah! I did it! 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 Alright, so now I'm just going to do the bottom. And I just did 2 stars at the top, as you can see. I'm really happy how this is all looking. And I'm just completing the stars at the bottom. I do have some leftover frosting, so I'm just going to try, and I'm just going to mix and match. Thanks guys for watching this episode of Junior Chef TV. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you got tips and stuff from it. And I'm really sorry I can't cut it right now because this is for my dad. But I will ask him to take photos and videos of them cutting it open and seeing the middle. And I hope you enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And anything, just comment. Anything. You can just say hi. That's all I want. I just want you guys. And I hope you enjoyed. So, bye. was still white. Oh, turn it off. That belly. Really good at putting things in the oven. Lucy. I need to squish it down. I don't think I should level it at all. Should I level that, Dad?